There are a number of good reasons to appeal to your insurance company. Let's start with part 1 of 3 today. Welcome. I am your medical bill whisperer. A previous billing manager turned patient advocate, I am committed to bringing answers, insights, and solutions to empower patients like you. So, what is this appeal, also called a grievance? Well, I have a special video on the general matter, but it is the right you or your provider have to request a reconsideration of a decision that impacts you negatively, either clinically or financially. Your appeals rights are always listed under the terms of your policy as well as on every explanation of benefit your insurance sends you. I usually find 3 good reasons to appeal. 1, eligibility. 2, the coverage of services. 3, claim processing. Today, let's start with eligibility. Now, let's assume that you have already made calls to your insurance that have gotten you nowhere, that your HR person or COBRA administrator, if you get your plan through work, were not able to help you either. But you do have proof and evidence that you are right. Most of the reasons to appeal in such a case is that your new plan has become effective, but you or one of your dependents somehow is not listed as eligible. This happens a lot at the beginning of the year when a lot of people change plans and insurance companies have a backlog to update their system. In such a case, I would appeal using the application form. Any coverage confirmation that you get from your insurance agent, HR person, or from the marketplace. If your new plan has already sent you a confirmation letter prior to the effective date, that will work as well. You can also check online. Sometimes it will show you as eligible online, but not in the system when you call. So your applications plus your paid premiums should show eligibility and therefore claims processed and paid. Your confirmation plus your premiums equal coverage. Now, if your insurance has no record of payment of premiums, the copy of your credit card statement or a check, either made out to the insurance, the COBRA administrator, or the third party, such as the marketplace, that should help resolve the issue through the appeal system. And don't forget to mention how the payment was delivered. COBRA delays are routine, unfortunately. COBRA, as a reminder, is the obligation for your employer and your right as an employee to continue receiving coverage of that health insurance even when you and your employer have parted ways. The COBRA administrator would be your third party who comes between that company and you. They fill out the paperwork with your insurance. They receive your premiums and forward them to your insurance. Unfortunately, again, delays can be expected. But in such a case, if the matter has not been resolved and you must file an appeal, always include the approval letter from the COBRA administrator, confirmation of cashed premiums to the COBRA administrators are also essential. If COBRA tells you that they indeed have filed the paperwork and paid the premiums on your behalf, do get a copy of whatever confirmation, email, or other documentation they can send you. Once you have confirmed the eligibility with COBRA, honestly, the matter is 99% resolved. Coordination of benefit is also a good reason to have to file an appeal if calls to your insurance have not resolved the matter. Coordination of benefit is the order by which 2 plans you are eligible under decide who is primary and who pays as secondary. This is not a pick and choose kind of option. There are very specific guidelines and rules that would determine which plan pays first and which plan pays secondary. My question would be, were both carriers notified of each other's existence? You should have received also eligibility confirmation letter from both plans. Maybe you even received an order determination letter from one of the carriers. In such a case, you should be able to successfully appeal to the one insurance that is refusing to act as primary, or even to both if both of them refuse. For helpful tips, it is not to waste your appeal because your number of appeals is limited. If your plan is what is called fully insured, meaning you bought it on the open market or your employer did, your state's Department of Insurance will be the administrator. 2 appeal levels are available only. If you have a self-funded plan that is administered under the Department of Labor, then 3 levels of appeals will be available. I would first try to call your insurance, email, or even use the online message center to try and resolve such matters. But if you must file an appeal, do not do so via a phone rep. I find too often such appeals are denied. Why? Because the rep can only interpret whatever you're telling them you need the insurance to reconsider based on their training and their understanding. Another point is that you are not able or allowed to attach any justification or supporting evidence, and evidence is key. So if you must file an appeal, do it either online with a record of submission or file it in writing. I encourage you to watch other videos on the topic of appeals. And I thank you for watching. Your likes, your subscribes, your comments do help this channel continue to grow, to reach out to more patients out there. Thank you.